Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to Mondays with Max. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm tired, very tired. That's typical for me on a Monday. But this always gets my blood flowing just a bit. Thank you for everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Got bunches of things to talk about. But hour and a half ago, I was going, what do I even to talk about tonight? And then I started writing things down. I was like, I guess I got quite a bit to talk about tonight. Just kind of some random things, but some things that I have been thinking about. So let's do a quick roll call, as quick as I can do it. So unfortunately, because the poll's blocking it, I can't see the top person on the list. But Gaming with Smokey Dan, thank you for being here. Second TL Mining, Retro Mike Crypto, Kyle Rosa, Canadian Miner, thank you for all being here. Crypto Tito, thank you for being here and being a member. Pineapple Pizza with various icons, very sharp. Bill Clancy, Argon Strider, Pineapple Pizza. Steven Cicero, thank you for being here and being a member. Taines, thank you for being here and being a member. Let's see here. Iguana Bites. I said Aragorn Strider already, I think. Joker Miner, thank you for being here. Kirk Solar, thank you for being here. Hey, it was fun playing with you the other night and playing COD, Call of Duty. S Chang, thank you for being here. And if I didn't say it already, Joker Miner, thank you for being here and being a member. And of course, the infamous Sunflower Mama is by my side, keeping me in order and nudging me if I fall asleep. They got it. All right. And Crypto Hunter, thank you for being here and being a member. 4J, thank you for being here. Geek of All Trades, thank you for being here and being a member. Let's see. Did I miss Crypto Bedell? Thank you for being here. All Set Miner, thank you for being here and being a member. Did you send stuff today? Did you send stuff today? Okay. There will be stuff going out in the mail to a few people, including All Set Miner, for things that were requested. So anyway, I just want to know it will be there in a little while. They're all set. Automatic Beats, thank you for being here and being a member. 619 OTA when helium 1 cent. Hopefully never. At least not until I decide to give up on it. Anyway, Reyes Mining, thank you for being here. King Mining, hello. I know I've seen a few more people here, so let me keep going. Integra Guy, thank you for being here, and thank you for sending me that video. We will talk about that for a little bit tonight. That is definitely a good thing to bring up, so appreciate that. Mining King, thank you for being here and being a member. And Integra Guy for being a member, if I didn't already say that. Mass Boost, thank you for being here. Yankee, good to see you, my good friend. Gaming with Smokey Dan, thank you for being here. And let's see, Hobbyist, thank you for being here, being a member. Let's see here. Yeah, you like the scruff? Yeah. Yeah, it's been kind of those mornings where I just don't feel like shaving because it's so darn early. Gosh, Shade Slayer Master. Hopefully I said that right. Thank you for being here. New England Crypto, thank you for being here. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash, thank you for being here. Got distracted by the Hobbyist. Let's see here. Depran, thank you for being here and being a member. Ban Joker Miner. Oh, because he just said, hey, got it. Rondi, thank you for being here to be a member. Hey, I need one of your stickers. I saw that Yeti had one of your stickers. I need one of your stickers. Need it to go on my tree. On my tree. As we in Chicago say. I need one on my tree. K-Trim, thank you for being here. And I think that about does it. Yeah, I have to turn the light on in the bathroom. That wakes her up. So I'm better off not doing that. Anyway, Alrighty. So I have a bunch of like random topics to talk about tonight. But the one thing that I actually, crazily enough, was really excited about. I didn't. How the heck did I miss him? Oh, yeah, okay. Ha, crypto mining. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Anyway, sorry. How did I miss you? You like talk too much. Anyway, I did it just to trigger you. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, so kind of crazily enough, well, let's go over crypto prices because look at this. Look at this. I'm sure you guys already know this though. That's what I wanted. Bitcoin back above 23,000. Sweet. Oh, then I lose everybody, but that's all right. All right, it's on live chat. But yeah, Bitcoin above 23,000. Somebody mentioned that if we like break, I think it was actually DJ Mines, I think, was talking about like if we hit like 24.8, I think 24,800. I forget the exact number that he was, but it corresponds with a certain crossing of a certain indicator. I don't know if it's a MACD or if it's just a moving average, whatever. But anyway, a crossing of moving averages, that type of thing. But anyway, but it's nice to see it back well above $20,000. So, I mean, you think about it. Remember, we were talking about when it was down around 16, 17,000 and we're like, what's Bitcoin going to do this year? Well, guys, that's almost a 50% gain from where we were. That is a good year in any stock market if you can hold a 50% gain through the year. So I have a feeling we will have some ups and downs this year, but as I mentioned, I think we'll end up in the $24,000 to $30,000 range. Nothing earth-shattering, not what you would consider a bull market, the bull run like we've had before, but still healthy, still very healthy, and will bring the everyday person back into the market because they will see stability. That's what I think we're going to accomplish this year is we're going to start to see some stability in the market, in the crypto market. I don't know about the stock market, but certainly in the crypto market. And anyway, not financial advice. Got to put that in there because it's just my belief of what I think is going to happen. It's what helps me sleep at night. I guess you could put it that way. But anyway, it is nice to see. It's nice to see. So where are we at with Flux? Let me do a refresh on this page. So Flux, we are at 67 cents. So we did almost hit 70 cents on Flux. So that was good to see. It had a nice little run. And then Caspa is up around 0.006. And you can see it's had a little bit of a run. Let's look at the 3-month chart. So it certainly hasn't reached where it was when it had its run, but still not doing too bad. So obviously anything that's a decent coin has had a decent run. It was interesting though. Litecoin saw a run before anything else did. So anyway, it's good to see. It's a lot more fun to look at the markets when you're seeing at least some gains. And actually, let's look at the other one I like to look at is Cardano, as Baldini says. And that one is up at 38 cents. So you can see it's not doing too shabby. Let's look at the 3-month chart. So again, typical, not where at the peak where it was, 3 months ago, but still heading in a nice trajectory compared to where it was. So anyway, liking to see the markets. So, alrighty. And what's my take on Aeon? I don't know, honestly. Obviously has a soft spot in my heart with Yashnik, but I don't know. It's such a micro. I don't really know how to predict coins that are that far down the list. It certainly has some very great features in a blockchain, and the fact that it does both staking and mining. as opposed to relying on one or the other for validation. It's unlike Flux that does both staking but the staking and mining are done for two completely different things. So, and sorry, Paul, the flannel has not changed. And I think it's going to be kind of like, maybe I'll just leave this up for like forever, because it'll become the standing thing where you guys are just looking for it all the time. Kind of like you guys wanted Red Panda face reveal. So, oh, hey, Red Panda, look at him. It'll just lose all the mystery if I actually change it. Anyway, I'm just kidding. It will happen eventually. I haven't had time to like get completely organized for these streams, been able to get enough topics, but the events and types of things I would like to get better at, but I have not done that yet. So anyway, Ronnie, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll keep my eye out for that. Let's see. Yeah, I've got live chat on now. Like I said, Sunflower Mama keeps me in line. Gaming with Smoky Dan. I'm into outer space and aliens, so bought shares in saucers. Not financial advice, alien. Interesting. Saucers. I have not heard of saucers. Was not aware of that. And Paul D said, why are 46% of viewers wrong? Okay, so I'll go into that part. Oh jeez. Wow. Red Panda mining. Well, that's too much information there. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll leave that one alone. 6619 OTA. Anyway, Sunflower Mama did put that one to the side. Anyway, the reason for my poll, which I will now end, is that I was having a lot of trouble. And if any of you guys have played Call of Duty with me recently, you've heard me complain about my volume going up and down and up and down, just all by itself. And it was making me crazy. I couldn't figure out what is going on here. So I finally narrowed it down that it was my Black Widow Elite Razer keyboard. So did some research and figured out that it is this little doohickey up in the right hand side that causes all the problems. Evidently it gets contaminated. There's like some type of lubricant or something in there that eventually, like, instead of just staying spread out, it actually starts to like come together and causes things to not work right. It's the best way I can put it. So, some people have basically said just spread contact cleaner on it, non-alcohol based contact cleaner, and it'll just evaporate itself, but it'll also clean it out. I have not tried that because I'm like, well, what's that going to do to my keyboard and the rest of my keyboard? And so I just was like, I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. What happens? Do I have the ability to disable the damn button? And lo and behold, I was able to just disable the darn thing. That's why this thing's in red. The whole button is disabled. So if you know of anybody that has one of these things that's just swearing up and down about it, the best thing you can do is to tell them go into Razer Synapse and actually just disable your volume up, volume down, mute functionality on the keyboard. Reboot your computer. I found out you had to do that. Reboot your computer. The problem has not reappeared. And it would happen like at least once every other day. At least. So it's a workaround. I don't generally use it because what I do on mine is I will actually change my mouse, and I changed it from this because, let me squeeze it down. The two buttons on the top of the mouse, that's for sensitivity, stage up, stage down. I don't generally use that. I pretty much set it and leave it. And I have ability to change it in other ways. So I changed this to volume up, volume down until I started having this problem, thinking that it might be related to the mouse, but it wasn't related to the mouse. So I need to go back and change this so that my volume up, volume down are these two buttons. And it's just wonderful. So when the wife says, hey, that's too loud, can you turn that down? your daughter's upstairs sleeping. And then I can just use my button. Okay, yeah, sure. And down the volume goes. So anyway, just a few little hacks, tricks for fixing problems and just workarounds. So anyway, I was very, very happy because I didn't feel like buying a new $100 to $150 keyboard for what in every other way works perfectly. And so, and what's interesting is I was also having problems with the color wouldn't be what it was supposed to be. Like it was having problems connecting. And now ever since I disabled that key, everything else has been working well. Now I will say one thing that never worked on this keyboard is the USB pass-through. Never worked. So yeah, I wouldn't buy another Razer keyboard. Now, the other thing that's really interesting is the new version 3 of the Black Widow Elite has a more of a like a Corsair type of roller. You know, long roller was just up and down roller for volume. And now I know why that Corsair went with that design. So, and Razer has now followed with that due to the failing of this design. I still like the design. I mean, it's cool. You just roll it to the side, but yeah, it doesn't work well at all. So anyway, so that's that little shindig there. Let's see what other hobbyist band. If you do have something to say to me, please tag me in the chat. Network Bits Crypto, $5 super chat. Thank you very much. We want to see the moon. Yeah, actually, if you, Network Bits, I'm sure, but if you look outside, there's a sliver moon out tonight. It looks pretty cool. I saw it on the way home tonight. Might be gone by now because I think it was setting, but it was cool looking. And lo and behold, wow, the sky's clear. Are we actually going to see the sun tomorrow? Was the sun out today? Oh, the sun was out today. Okay. I wasn't aware. I literally did not see the sun. Didn't see light today. I went to work when it was dark, and when I left work, it was dark, and I never left the building. So did not see sunlight. Anyway, thank you very much for the super chat, Hawk. Mondays with Max, my favorite show. You guys like Hawk rants. What about Max rants? Let's get one. Well, yeah, I will say I was not very happy with customer service for Razer, because I basically explained to them exactly what the problem was with the keyboard back with just the USB pass-through. And they were like, well, have you tried this? Yes, I've tried all those things. I've tried everything. I tinker. It does not work. It's a USB pass-through. There's nothing, they're like, have you tried it on different, ports on your motherboard? Yes, I've tried all those things. And then they're like, well, then you got to dude, forget it. It's not worth it. I'll just use it without the damn USB pass-through. It's not that big of a deal. If you're going to make me go through all these things, and obviously that's their strategy. So yeah, I would not buy another Razer keyboard. I probably wouldn't buy another Razer product just due to my customer service experience. So that was my semi rant. It's more of a, yeah, whatever. Razer, you're dead to me. So anyway, but at least hopefully for someone stuck in my situation, hopefully this will help. And Red Panda Mining, $6.99 Canadian keyboard fund. Oh, I appreciate that. Don't need a keyboard. Well, at least not yet. Hopefully nothing else breaks. Sunflower Mama saying I'm going to end up stealing hers. No, because I like my brown keys. I like my tactile keys. She's got a linear keyboard, which is actually, I do like the way hers feels. The weight of the keys on the EVGA linear, I think she's got a Z15, I think is what it is. So I do like that keyboard, which is why I got it for him. God, those were a steal at one point. They were less than $50. It was crazy. So anyway, but alrighty. Let's see what else. Gaming with Smokey Dan says, so this is why not shaved, hating on Razer. I like it. I like the play on words. Yeah, that's why. It's me hating on Razer. Yeah, that's why I'm all scruffy. You guys should see me on Fridays. I pretty much like usually shave once a week. That's pretty much it. But anyway, alrighty, let's see. What else did I want to talk about tonight? Let's see. Let me get this out of the way. Go back to here. Oh, one thing I definitely wanted to talk about tonight. So this guy, thank you to Integra Guy for, it's like, no, I'm talking about something in my window. Anyway, so thank you to Integra Guy for bringing this up. So we all know what happened to DJ, and some of us may be thinking couldn't happen to us, or it could happen to us. Anyway, watch this video. Integra Guy, if you can post the link, that would be great. Well, I guess I can post the link because it's right here. Don't go watch it right now, but watch it later. He talks about the fact that this is like the biggest threat to content creators because it goes after like things that seem like they would be real. You know, if like with what happened with, why I just said his name. Oh my God. Anyway, what has happened to others where they're a gamer and people know that there are those people getting, you know, beta games and things like that. And then they play on that by just blasting people that have anything having to do with gaming and thinking that they will catch some of them because some of them probably have been offered it. And so they play like, hey, this is an early release type of thing. So it seems real to those people that it's applicable to. So this is similar to this in the fact that this one actually says you have a copyright strike and you need to go here. DJ Mines. Yeah, thank you. I can't even believe I forgot it. Anyway, I couldn't believe I was just like so set on the subject. But anyway, but he talked about the fact that there was a copyright strike and you needed to do something about it. Well, it ends up downloading this executable, and this executable is so sophisticated in the fact that, first of all, what does everybody do that wants to see what it does? You execute it in a VM because it can't do any damage there. This thing can sense that and will not execute. It will not install, won't do anything on a VM. So you can't reverse engineer it to see what it's actually doing. I mean, that's how sophisticated this thing is. So, but it literally scrapes everything, including stealing your YouTube, taking your bank accounts, you know, all the things that we had heard had happened to DJ. So what was interesting is that he said, I didn't watch the whole video yet, but because I got it right before I was going to start here, but it did say that they are able to get around the YouTube, or thus the Google 2FA. And this is why many in our community have talked about the fact of getting a security key, so that in order to log in, you have to have the security key. Now you're able to actually use your Android phone as a security key if you want, but that's not enough just to have that security key. You have to add the additional advanced security option in order to have it only log on using your security key. Otherwise, you use a security key to log on, but then it's like, hey, your security key doesn't work. Okay, would you like to try a different way to log on? Would you like to try a way of hacking your way into this person's system that you're trying to get into? It leaves that door open unless you have actually used this particular thing. Now, it highly encourages you to have, when you put that into place, is to have two keys, one as a primary, one as a backup, which makes sense because if you lose your primary key, it's going to be jumping through hoops to get everything back again. So anyway, highly recommend doing that. So, hey, DJ, good to see you. So anyway, go watch this video. I think it's really good in the fact that it spells out kind of what happened to DJ, but it's constantly finding new ways to find new victims. And the latest one is content creators and copyright strikes on their music. So keep your eye out for that. Do not fall for this scam, as real as it may seem. Like, oh yeah, well, I had a copyright strike, because it looks real. It's one of those that has real email or real Adobe. The email addresses look real. They're believable, as opposed to the other ones where you're like, all you have to do is hover over them and you realize it's not really that email. So be very careful. Yes, it's called social engineering. Yes, that is correct. So yes, these scam artists are using social engineering to scam you. So don't let it happen to you. I think that's a joke, Paul D. Pretty sure that's a joke. Anyway, not lost on me. Oh, if I was a mod. Oh, Integra Guy, you should totally be a mod. You are now a mod. And who else needs to be a mod that I haven't made a mod? Second TL needs to be a mod. I'm not making everybody a mod. Second TL, I talk to him all the time. He's helped me. Fact, I was installing a node yesterday, and he was around, and so we were talking about his Flux node page, and while I was installing, and he was kind of, I don't know, it just always seems like I do something slightly wrong every time I install a node, but I learn new things. So for example, when I was installing the node this time, I was installing the Flux OS, and well, actually I wasn't even installing it. It was, yeah, that's right. I was installing the Docker, and it asks for a Flux OS user ID, for you to create. And for some reason it was weird, because instead of clicking the OK or going down to the OK, tabbing to the OK and clicking OK, I just hit enter. And then it asked me for a password, 2 times. I typed it in, but then when I went to go back to try to type it in, it didn't match. And I'm like, could I possibly have typed that thing in wrong twice? So anyway, I had to figure out a way to delete the user. So being, resourceful, I'm like, okay, there's got to be a way, Linux command for deleting a user. So I went in, deleted the user that I had created, and then just started over. But anyway, so I did install a node and learned a couple other new things, but I'll talk about that in a bit. But anyway, all right, so let's see. I think that pretty much, I guess Red Panda needs to be a mod. Oh, he is a mod. What am I talking about? Of course he's a mod. All right, so I kind of went into that subject. We'll go into the Flux update. So as I mentioned, I installed another node. So now I've got 3 nodes on that computer back there, which I have room for 1 more completely, because that'll max me out at 8. So anyway, so installed it, and in the process learned a few new things as I was going through it. So one of the things, and I think I saved it here. Did I? Oh, here. Okay. Okay, so for anybody that's installed Flux, a Flux node, knows that the process is to first install the Docker. First install the Docker, and then install Flux node. That's the typical process. There's a much easier process, and that is install the Docker, which doesn't take long, but go to number 6. Create Flux node installation config file. All it's doing is it's asking for all the information that you're asked along the way when you're installing the Flux node, but you do it all up front. So that once you're done with number 6, you go back to number 2. And in fact, with number 6, I don't even believe you have to do number 14. Although I do have to double check that. I might have to still do that. My nodes are running. So I think it might take that into account. Anyway, whatever. But when you go back to number 2, it just runs. You just basically click go and go have dinner, go out to see a movie, whatever. It'll just run. So anyway, so that was a very nice thing that Second TL taught me. And I love it. Love it. And now the other thing I learned last night, well, actually I learned it the last time, but then I forgot it. So I relearned it last night. But is when you well, first of all, you're able to, within Proxmox, you're able to set a bandwidth limit so that you're not taking all of your download or upload. You only need 25 megabits per second. So you just set it so that you don't, that you don't exceed much above that. Obviously you don't want to set it like super close, but I have it set. That's the other interesting thing is when you're setting that, you set it for no higher than, for Cumulus, no higher than 4 megabytes per second. It sets that bandwidth in megabytes, not megabits. So yeah, so if you did like 24, that would be 3 times 8, 24. Megabytes is just 8 bits, or a megabyte is just 8 bits. So anyway, so the key though is do not set that until you've installed everything, because otherwise your snapshot that you're downloading takes forever to download. I mean, over an hour, as opposed to like 15-20 minutes. So the other thing I learned though also is that you can change that limit on the fly. You don't have to reboot the actual VM in order to make that go into effect. So anyway, just something I learned along the way. Keep that in mind. But anyway, yeah, got the 7th Flux node up and running. Also, one of the things that Second TL had brought me up to speed on is actually, where is it? Do I have it up here? Well, actually, I have an example of it up here. Where is it? There it is. The Proxmox dark theme. So it does have a dark theme. You just have to run a script and away it goes, and it is now in dark mode. So I am very thankful that mine is in dark mode, because dang, I hate anything that's a white page now. Just like everything to be in dark mode that I can have in dark mode. But anyway, yep. That was another thing that I changed within the past week. And let's see, I did that. Just talked about that. All right. And then of course, the last thing is Flux is having on February 8th, my sister's birthday. Anyway, so just keep that in mind. I'm hoping upon hope that I have like 3 Flux nodes that are like at 13 days that I don't think is going to make the 8th, but it might. Well, actually it should. So the countdown that I saw showed it was like at 12 days. And if they're saying February 8th, that's like 16 days. So we'll see. We'll have to kind of wait and see. I'm hoping that the Flux node I just brought up will at least get one payout at the higher rate before the rate gets cut. But anyway, we all know that this is the way things. You thought it was the 4th? I swear he said it was the 8th. He just put out an announcement. Did he screw it up? Come on. Let's see. Yep. Betty K just says that everyone. Flux halving will happen approximately on February 8th, 2023. Block height 1,313,200. And then they talk about, and then of course they source the, yes, I know. That's what I was seeing too. So, but now they're saying February 8th. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure, hopefully they will correct it if it's wrong, but I'm hoping it's the 8th. Like I said, I got a bunch of payouts that would be nice to get one more before it changes. But yeah, I agree. It's most of the other ones we're saying earlier. All right. And yeah, I guess that's pretty. Oh, there was one thing I missed. So the other thing that was stated recently. Oh, here I've got it kind of like half in here. I'm gonna get get that out of the way though, is that the Flux nodes were originally taking like 2.5 terabits of data a month. That's a lot of data, a lot of data. Now they're saying with the latest release of Flux OS and the benchmarks that it's down to around 200 megabits per month. So if that's the case, that's going to be pretty nice. That'll be much lower strain on your upload, as well as if you want to run 1 or 2 nodes and still stay within that 1 terabyte limit that you may have, that you don't want to go to unlimited, you may be able to run those 1 or 2 nodes. Again, with me running 7, it wouldn't help me, and I'm running unlimited, so that's perfectly fine with me. So, alrighty. Well, next thing, gosh, it's already 8:55. Well, I guess I started 15 minutes late, but I can't believe it's that late already. I still got a bunch of things to go through. But maybe I'll put off some of the other things till later. But anyway, okay. So the other thing I wanted to go over was some projects that some other YouTubers are doing. And I'm sure some of you already know what they are. And let me bring up a new website. So good old veteran miner. Obviously he does cables in pretty much whatever color you want. But obviously the colors is just nice to have. The real key thing is they're high quality, basically thicker cables than what you would normally see. As far, I always think higher gauge, lower gauge. Is lower gauge 22 versus 16? 22 is lower gauge, but it's a higher number. Anyway, it always kind of confuses me of exactly how you're supposed to say it. But anyway, it's a thicker gauge wire than what you would get with a lot of the stuff you would, ketchup and mustard type cables that you would get. So it's honestly, it's cheap insurance. It really is. So highly recommend his cables. The other cool thing is he is working towards, now hopefully I'm not saying something out of turn, but he's working very hard to not just do like, your standard 6-pin to 6-pin. He's trying to expand into power supply cables, and not just the extenders, but actually supplying cables for a power supply. And why I think this is really cool, and again, it's extremely difficult. He doesn't have them yet, but what I think is really cool about this is the fact that, have you ever had a power supply and you stuck the cables, but you have no idea where you put the cables? And now you want to add a GPU, an additional GPU, or add another hard drive. So you need another SATA power connector, whatever. You just need that other cable and you cannot find it. It drives me nuts. I've had that happen to me like twice. So it would be great to be able to have a source like this to turn to, because I haven't seen a source that does this. So anyway, maybe I didn't look that hard for it. Maybe there is a source for it, but nothing like keeping it in the community. So anyway, all right, let me get back to my chat that I now can't see. There we go. Paul D asks, does he make Firewire cables? I do not know. He may be able to. I don't know. Dumpster Fire. Oh, Dumpster Fire, thank you for being here and being a member. Just picked 27 cables from him. They are very high quality. Yep. I have not heard anybody say anything but absolutely great things about what he has to offer. So, actually, so Joker Miner says, Max, do you have a video on GTA 5 issue you talked about Saturday? Yes. Where did it go? Let me see here. I think somebody forwarded it to me on Discord. Bear with me here a second. Or was it in my OnlyFans channel? Let me see here. Oh, that's not, this is what I wanted to look at. Where is it? Okay. Nope, that's the TOS video. Yes, it appears that somebody must have sent me a... bear with me here a second. I definitely want to find this. It wasn't any of those people. Wasn't him. Wasn't him. Shoot. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. My son sent it to me. You'd think I'd remember that, right? That is so sad. But I want to give credit to my son for pointing this out. So appreciate that. Here I am posting it to you guys. So watch that at your leisure. But what was interesting was there was also something in the video that I was just talking about that also had a reference to how GTA was tied into it. So yeah, GTA it's a cluster as far as security risk from everything I've been hearing lately. So yeah, I honestly deleted it from my system. I was like, I didn't really enjoy the game and I was done. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to free it on my system and be done with it. Going to be playing Call of Duty and StarCraft and PUBG. That takes up plenty of my time. So anyway, alrighty. Let me, no, because I still got other things to bring up. Alrighty. And hey, hobbyist, is he, it may not still be here. I know he was here. I don't know if he's still here. Hobbyist, are you still here? Wait a minute. What? Wait, Red Panda, you're going to get me in trouble. I don't think I have a code for $50 off. I know, I see him. Anyway, post your link to your t-shirt store if you would. Don't make me work for it. Anyway, so as you may or may not know, he has a line of t-shirts that changes every 3 months. And I'm happy to display my favorite, the 3070 Ti. Close your window so we can see. All right, I'll close the window and then I'll bring it back up. So let me go here. All right, there we go. 3070 Ti t-shirt. I do like these t-shirts. They are like really nice quality. So, and I like the design. I picked it not because of the design. I picked it because I like the 3070 Ti, and then I looked at the design. And I was like, that's cool. So I like it. So yeah, this will definitely be a nice addition to my t-shirt collection. And then the one, of course, I mean, the one who really deserved it was Sunflower Mama. And of course, she got the Founders Edition 3060 Ti. She was trying to put a iron-on thing on the back that says, "But did you get 3?" If you know, you know. So anyway, I thought it was funny. So she may have to take it somewhere to get that put on there, but she will definitely be getting that put on to that t-shirt. Anyway. But yeah, nice. I really like them. So let me, where did it go? Hobbyist, did you, oh, you know what? All right, I'll make you a mod. All right, you're a mod. Go ahead and post your link. And yes, people have mentioned the tree already. And yeah, it's probably going to be up for about 2 or 3 years at this point. How many people have mentioned it? That's what I thought. Oh, that's what it was. I was like, the Hobbyist Miner Store is what I thought it was, but it's with an S on the end. So we will, let me do this. Yeah, that'll work. And then I'll bring the other window back up. There you go. There's the Hobbyist Miner Store. So what are you laughing at? Red Panda's like, oh God, no, don't make Hobbyist. Oh, I can easily take it away. Anyway, but anyway, go check it out. If you like one of them, buy them. So I was happy. Like I said, you know, you kind of get some t-shirts and you're like, oh, it's all right. This is a really nice quality t-shirt. It's a very comfortable t-shirt. So it's a little bit of a thicker t-shirt. I don't know. I really like this style of t-shirt for the winter, as opposed to like the super like thin ones that I like to wear in the summer. So anyway, definitely like this t-shirt. So thank you, Hobbyist, for sending these two. Appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy that. And then Chum Change is in here. He had to shovel. Oh, okay. Well, I was going to bring up his, I got to find it now. Anybody have the link to his store? If you do, please post it if you would. Oh, I wasn't even sure if you were here, Veteran Miner. Sorry. Yes, you are now a wrench. You definitely deserve to be a wrench. No question. Does anybody have it? Anybody have the Chump Change link? Chump Change link? You're gonna make me look for it. All right, I'll go look for it. I know that there were announcements, and I think it was in announcements. Nope, not in announcements. Thank you, Geek of all trades. Very much appreciate that. That's what I was looking in the Misfit Discord, but I wasn't sure which channel. So let me try this. Yep, there it is. Wow, that is sharp website. Very sharp website. So anyway, he's got like stands, shrouds, all kinds of cool things. Ooh, I didn't know he had crypto coasters. Very interesting. But then the universal CPU mining stand, I think that's really cool. So I know he's very proud of that. 120 millimeters fan stand. Interesting. Alrighty. But anyway, go check it out. I know he's looking for more and more ideas for making things for the crypto community. So if you have any ideas, I'm sure he is open to them. So, but anyway, yeah, that store just opened, and he is busily making stuff. So anyway, if you have a YouTube project you want to share with me and I can share it on the show, let me know. Be happy to do that. Alrighty, let me check to see what other comments. Gaming with Smoking Dan, Hawk like to wear small tight ones. I'm assuming you're talking t-shirts. Yeah, I figured. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Hobbyist. Use max voltage for 10% off at checkout. There you go. Let's see here. What else did I miss? Geek of all trades. I'm the Oprah of Misfit Mining. You are now a mod. You are now a mod. Everybody's now a mod. Not everybody. Just a few people that are here most of the time. Let's see here. Let's see what other comments I missed. Let's see. I'm always here. Okay, Hobbyist made a few comments. Yeah, and Veteran Miner, did you comment on whether or not you make Firewire, or could you make Firewire cables? I'm not going to go back through it to find that, but as long as Joker Miner gets his question answered, that would be great. Oh, wow, you have 2 feet of snow out there? Sucks to be you. We got like a trace, and it looks like this next batch that you guys are going to get, we're in Chicago, we're going to get like just a southern touch. So we'll probably get less than an inch of snow again. And not for the moment for Firewire. Okay. All right, let me go on to my next subject. Yeah, now I can close the window. So let me close that. Go back to the other one. Okay. So as I like to do, I like to tinker on the weekends, and I ended up getting into a conversation with Matt Electron and Yeti over on D-Miners Discord. And we were just kind of talking and like, hey, what you doing is what I basically said. And like, oh, we're going over different overclocks. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What are you mining? And he's like, well, I'm generally mining Caspa. And I'm like, okay, what are your overclocks? And he was mining at a much, much lower core clock than what I was. So I was like, wow, that's really low. And he was mining on 3000 series cards. So I started playing around with it and definitely found that there was a more efficient setting by going down from, I was at 1470 and I think I ended up at 1400. He's doing it at 1300, which is slightly more efficient, but not significantly. So I didn't want to lose that much hash rate just to gain ever so slight amount of efficiency. But technically, it definitely is more efficient down at 1300 than it is at 1400. The other part of it is I wanted to see my 3070 Ti's over 500 mega hash. I wanted to see my 3070 Ti's over 500. I wanted to see my 3060 Ti's over 400, and I wanted to see my 3060 over 300. And I'll tell you what, the 3060 is incredibly efficient. In fact, the 3060 and the 3070 Ti's on Caspa do great. The 3060 Ti's with my Hynix memory can go suck an egg as far as I'm concerned. Those cards, not generally great at mining anything, but they do a pretty good job since it's more core intensive, not memory intensive. So it does pretty well on, they do pretty well on Caspa, but they certainly aren't anywhere near as efficient as the 3070 Ti or the 3060. So anyway, so I played around with that. So I was able to find some power savings there, which is nice. 1660 Ti is also a sleeper. Yes. In fact, what is mine? I believe mine is mining at, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. Let me move this out of the way. Make sure I don't have any doxing information in there. Let me go over to that rig, which is, yeah, rig 1. Oh, no, not rig 1. I forgot. It's the rig with the big number on it. Nope, it's not that one either. Oh, no, it's my CPU miner. Duh. Okay. So yeah, 1660 Ti is at 270. So still pretty nice. Now I have not messed with this one mining Caspa. I haven't changed the overclocks. I need to do that, but I have not done that yet. But still 270 at 36 watts. 36 to 37 watts. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, I now like my 1660 Ti since I'm mining Caspa with them. So anyway, love the power savings. Doesn't heat the house as well as it does doing other things, but that's all right. It still heats the basement. Alrighty. What else have I not talked about yet? I talked about that. Oh, last but not least, I talked about that. Yeah. Last but not least, good old Vitalik. Good old Vitalik. Let me go over to that page. Where is it? Right there. So Vitalik Buterin divulges the largest remaining challenge for Ethereum. This guy doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut. So, we know that Tornado Cash and everything going around there is a big deal to the US government and to security threats around the world. They want to be able to track the flow of money. That's what the governments want to be able to do. With Tornado Cash and them basically saying it's not allowed for use, it's banned. That makes things less secure. Like you can't make yourself anonymous when you're moving things. So it is what it is, but that's what the government wants to do. So Vitalik has to come out and blab about this. Just basically like, I'm gonna antagonize the people that are the biggest threat to me. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. This is so far off into the future that you shouldn't even be talking about it. You should just be leaving it alone. Let the world come to a realization about crypto and about how it's used, and figuring it out along the way. I mean, shoot, this is like 6-7 years down the road. Don't even talk about it. You're just going to piss people off, and then you're going to have them start analyzing like, oh, well, if they're just going to try to find a way around this, we have to find a way to stop it. That's the way governments think. They think about power, and if they don't understand it, or they think that you're going to work against what they're trying to accomplish, they're going to try to stop you. So I don't know. It just really made me mad. They have bigger fish to fry in trying to eliminate censorship on their blockchain. That's what they really need to fix. But that's different than this. So anyway, I stick to talking about what is relevant in the next year or two. The future, don't do this. Don't be like, oh yeah, well, Tornado Cash could only do this, but we can do everything. We can make it secure for everybody. It's like, we can hide everything. Again, you're just antagonizing the government. Knock it off. Anyway, there's my rant. So he just, he has not a sensible public relations bone in his body. And I suppose for some people that's his appeal, but it's just annoying. It's just absolutely annoying. Don't be stupid. You've built something great, not as great as it used to be when it was proof of work, but anyway, it's still something great. And you have the ability and the wherewithal to destroy it. Don't destroy it. Don't do something stupid by saying something stupid. I don't know. Somebody needs to basically put a muzzle on that guy. You can talk in the all core devs meetings all he wants, but to the public, he needs to have a muzzle. There are many other people within the Ethereum community who can talk more intelligently, honestly, and where more people can understand what's going on. Again, you don't necessarily have to always agree with the people that are talking within the Ethereum community, but they talk very knowledgeable about the subjects that they are experts on. And they will help you understand why they think the way that they think. They will try to convince you of why they think the way that they think, and why they think you should think the way that they think, which, I mean, that's just influence. They're just trying to influence you to their opinion, which is normal when you believe as strongly as they do. But anyway, that is my rant for the evening. All righty, let me go over some AMA, see what people are talking about, and then we will call it a stream. Okay. What's in the chat? Bacon, eggs, and hash. Well, that was probably a long time ago. So I will start scrolling down. Paul D says, did Vitalik find the ETH he was mining for in that video? I have no idea. I kind of doubt it. Gaming with Smokey Dan. Maybe he misses being a writer for a crypto mag. Maybe he misses the attention. That's probably more it. Because honestly, since they went proof of stake and have had all the problems, who's talking about Ethereum anymore? Used to be the miners. We used to be really interested in Ethereum. We used to talk a lot about it. Now it's less relevant. I won't say irrelevant because it's not irrelevant. It's just less relevant. Let's see. Paul D says MetaMask consensus are pushing to make ETH home to a US CBDC. The network is like 70% censored today. It's a captured coin. Yeah, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. US CBDC will not be on Ethereum. I would be absolutely, that would be a hell of a story. Let's put it that way. And I'd be going, okay, who paid off who? Who, did Vitalik say, well, invest in all this Ethereum and then make it home to the CBDC and it'll grow like crazy and then you can make tons of money? And it sounds like our government. Definitely sounds like our government. By the way, I had recently watched a documentary about the 2008 collapse. What was it called? I knew. Yeah, I guess I can close the window now. I know, I just always forget. There we go. All right, let me see if I can find this video. Actually, I should be able to find it because I had it. Inside Job is what it's called. I'll put a link. Actually, Dan Keller had posted it in the Flux Discord. Basically said, if we don't learn from our past mistakes, we are doomed to repeat them. And he's right, because not enough's been done about our financial system to control it from having the same problem again. So anyway, it was very interesting. So check it out. It is a little depressing, but if you don't know anything about what happened with the financial crisis and what happened with the financial markets and everything from the late 70s through the late 2000s that all led up to it, it's fascinating. Nothing happened overnight. It happened over a long period of time. Most of it was set up in the 80s, where everybody's like, oh, Reagan. Well, yeah, Reagan, but he started the trend of deregulation. And yeah, deregulation can lead to prosperity, but it also leads to a heck of a lot of greed. And it led to a lot of wealth transfer from the middle class to the richest. And you watch the video, you'll see what has happened, and the profits that were taken. Anyway, if you know about 2008 and what happened, this will add to your knowledge of it and how it actually occurred. I was in the midst of it when it happened. So I actually left Wachovia as a loan officer a month before they shut down their mortgage arm, and shortly before they sold to Wells Fargo. So yeah, it was crazy times, absolutely crazy times. So check that out. All right, let me see. Oh, and then we'll be on ETH and through FTX exclusively. Actually, speaking of that, there was an article about Sam Bankman-Fried. He, supposedly he had only like $100,000 left in his bank account. Well, he had 700 million of his accounts seized. So somehow he didn't have just $100,000 left. That was what I took away from that article. So yeah, they were seized and put on hold. Yeah, he is. He tries to make himself out to be this innocent. I didn't know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I should have done better. I should have been better. I should have known, but I didn't. I'm sorry. That is so, I don't know, old, and it's a tried and true supposedly, but knock it off. I don't believe it for a second. He's been coached. Alrighty. Veteran miner, yeah, crazy time. Bacon, Eggs, and Hash says Vitalik just doesn't care. I saw him on Lex Friedman podcast talking about how he would like to see coins with high burn fees to devalue coins. Yeah, just, I don't know. Anyway, Then Gaming with Smoking Dan says also a money laundering operation due to the connections he had and his lawyer. Yeah, I mean, that's hopefully all that will come out in more definitive terms. Right now, I feel like it's a lot of rumor and conjecture. Definitely would like a lot more meat and potatoes on that. Of course, because it's going to hurt some people in power. Maybe we never will. And that is also irritating as all hell. Anyway, watch this video, because that's the other thing, is there were people screaming from the mountaintops to knock this crap off because you're creating more and more risk. And they're like, nah, because it was enriching themselves. So they didn't care about the overall, in my opinion, and what I took away from this, they didn't care about the overall economy. All they cared about was themselves and enriching themselves. And that point is made over and over in the video by saying, you know, these people take a government office and then they get a nice cushy job within, guess what? The banking industry. And, you know, they're making millions of dollars in the banking industry after they're head of the treasury or a person on the Fed or the guys who went back into academia and they wrote papers that they were paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to write. It's just sick. Absolutely sick, the system we have, unfortunately. Anyway, Gordon Murray. Hey guys, what did I miss? Yeah, it's 9:26. So, hey, Gordon Murray, thanks for showing up, but we're about ready to end the stream. But hey, it is available on rerun. It is available. So there you go. Or you know what? Since you're here, you probably can just rewind it all the way back and watch it like it was live in the first place. So you have that advantage over people that, you know, tune in like 3 minutes too late and then they don't get to see the chat until it processes. And then you got to wait for another hour or two before the chat is actually available. So there you go. Paul D says, I only had 700 million. I couldn't afford a lawyer and accountant. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway, what the mic do? Gaming with Smoky Dan. Can you not? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I hit the mic. Sorry. I'm an animal. Alrighty. Well, hey, again, thank you guys all for tuning in. This time always flies. I always be like, do I have enough material to talk about? Yeah, evidently I do, because I plan on going an hour and I went about 15 minutes over. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Appreciate you guys all showing up. Golden Wolf, thank you for being here. Jeff Gee, thank you for showing up at the last second. You might have been here for a while because I've been too busy rattling along. Let me go back and check out a few other people that may have shown up. Patrick Guyan, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see anybody else that I might have missed. I'm just doing a quick scan. Todd Tebow, thank you for being here. I don't think I mentioned you earlier. I said Gordon Murray. And I think that's pretty much covers it. Oh, Dumpster Fire. I think I mentioned you earlier. Thank you for being here and being a member. Appreciate it. Alrighty, guys. Again, thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate it. And same bet channel, same bet. Well, I know I was 15 minutes late tonight. I needed a little pick me up to keep me from falling asleep. But anyway, thanks guys. And we will see you again next Monday. And we will see you on Saturday night on Misfit Mining Saturday Night Live. All right, guys, have a good one. Good night.